Mr. Nick Carroll, our Policy Manager. Good afternoon, Nick.
Good afternoon, Your Worship and Councillors. I'll just give you a brief introduction, and then I believe Eugene may want to say a few words, given that this is quite a momentous occasion. So the agreement we're talking about today is a joint management agreement with the Te Arawa River Iwi Trust. It's technically required by legislation, but more so it's a good thing for this council to have moving forward in terms of an enduring relationship with this iwi. It'll help both parties to develop our different aspirations in a more cohesive way going forward. You may well remember, or some of you may well remember, this agreement's been bouncing around since 2012 when we had a draft. It got parked at that stage towards the end of 2012 as Te Arawa and Tūwharetoa needed to work through some issues of mutual interest. That's taken a little bit of time, but those have been worked through. What we've now got sitting before you is a substantially redrafted agreement. The agreement should still look reasonably familiar though, because it's essentially the same as the one that you already have in place with Raukawa, who are obviously based to the north of Taupo. So in terms of the structure of the agreement, it's virtually the same, but clearly we've got different parties to that. So without further ado, I'll bring Eugene up, and I'm quite happy to ask any technical questions after that.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Carroll. Welcome, Eugene.
Kia ora. Yes, kia ora katoa no rara he mihini a tēnei I tēnei wā, ki te tautoko ngā kaupapa I tēnei hui, no rara ngā member o te Kaunihera, tēnei koe, ngā te Tūwharetoa ki te mana whenua ki tēnei arohi, tēnei koe, ka mate, haere, tātou te hunga ora, tēnā koutou katoa. Kia ora, Your Worship, the Mayor, Councillors, thank you for your time. And Nick, thank you for me jumping in your time too. But as Nick has outlined, this is a historic day for Te Arawa River Iwi Trust. This is actually the last of our 4 joint management agreements. We have them with Waikato Regional Council, Arotua Lakes Council, South Waikato District Council, and now Taupo District Council. And as Nick has touched on, the path for this one's been a little bit slower. However, we've taken that time to make sure that there's consistency with the other 5 river iwi that we work with. Obviously, Tūwharetoa, Raukawa, Te Arawa, Waikato Tainui, and Ngāti Manipoto. At this point, I'd in particular just like to thank the members of your team, Nick, Kendall, and for Dominic to help us navigate our path through these last 6 months, and look forward to working with Taupo District Council, and in particular look forward to the official signing ceremony that we hope to have early in the new year, probably based at Ohaki Marae, which of course is a Ngāti Tahu, Ngāti Whawa Marae, but the important thing is it's on the Waikato, and it gives us good focus for the work that we have to do. So again, I just wanted to come up and just say thank you for the work that your team has gone through, and look forward to building the relationship with Taupo District Council.
Thanks, Eugene. Thank you very much. All right. Did you want to add anything to that, Nick, or any questions from the councillors by any chance? Councillor Boddy.
Chairman, not specific to this agreement, but where does this sit in with the Waikato Healthy Rivers with the Regional Council?
So the vision and strategy is enshrined in legislation, which also requires councils to have joint management agreement with 5 river iwi, as is dictated by different jurisdictional boundaries, territorial boundaries. The joint management agreements provide a mechanism for Taupo District Council to contribute towards the vision and strategy being achieved. By and large, a lot of the responsibility sits with the Regional Council, Waikato Regional Council, given that their prime functions are around managing water quality and discharges. However, we clearly have some role to play as a council who has land which impacts on the catchment of the Waikato River. In a resource consenting perspective, that's very limited to activities on the surface of the water, so very limited input in regard to resource consents. However, it's our plan-making activities that we do in terms of updating the district plan periodically, which probably have a much greater influence. Decisions around things like intensified land use, which land can be used for pastoral farming versus say less intensive forestry as an example, or the location of buildings with respect to the Waikato River can also have an impact. So there will be some instances going forward where we're changing the district plan and the different river iwi will want to have an input as to how our decisions, or sorry, your decisions, might well impact on that achievement of the vision and the strategy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Boddy. Any other questions or queries? Okay, well, thank you very much. All pretty straightforward. Look forward to the celebration. There's a suggested recommendation there that the Council approves the joint management agreement between the Taupo District Council and the Tiara River Iwi Trust. Could I have a mover, please? Moved by Councillor Truman, seconded by Councillor Hickling. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Against? Carried. Thank you very much.